4 builders. Each person takes 1 amp every day and begins the build. So it usually starts in this room. Right now everybody's at lunch. But you can see all of our stuff, and there we go, and this is where it starts. Okay? So when it's finished and they're done doing what they do, they go ahead and they put it on this rack here. Okay? No tubes yet, no nothing, but the finished product is almost there. So point to point, hand wired, absolutely beautiful. And the gentleman right here, Juan, he leads up a team that starts the build. So once the chassis are finished, they come over here and they go to one of 2 engineers. And it is the engineer's job to go ahead and finish with the scope, put in the tubes, and make sure everything works. So why don't you come on here. As you can see, this one here is for Gelb Music. They're a dealer of ours here in the United States. And Mike goes ahead and begins the work. He makes sure that everything scopes out here. Everything takes about 1 hour to 90 minutes for him to get things finished. And then when Mike is finished with what he does, he goes ahead and he puts everything up here. Now what this machine does, it's not very fancy, but it does the trick. What it does is it takes voltage, pumps voltage into the amplifiers, and this thing also will rattle for about a few minutes. The whole purpose behind this machine is to make the units fail in-house. We want to make sure that all the components are up to military grade standards, and this machine really does it. So each one of these will sit here for 24 hours with voltage, and it will even shake every now and then when he's ready to turn it on. So that's kind of cool. So when Mike is finished with signing off on everything, what he does is he takes it over here to this rack. And what these 2 red dots mean is that the chassis has passed inspection and the power and output transformers have passed inspection. We know not to touch anything here if it doesn't have the 2 red dots. The 2 red dots don't mean stop, they mean go. So that's good news. So I see much of these have 2 red dots. The others he'll have to make sure and double check on them. So once it's finished, it comes in here into final production. And this is where Tim and his crew will work. We have a plethora of Tolex and custom options for people if they so choose. All of our boxes, all of our cabinets are made here in the United States, right up the street in Fullerton, California, which isn't too far from here at all. And you can see just how beautiful these are in the raw form, right, even before they get Tolexed or vinyl. And we do have some clients that like raw cabinets, so we go ahead and we stain them, and away they go. It's a nice custom feature that we have. So yes, all of the wrapping is done in here. All of the final assembly is done in here. And to tell you how far BadCat goes, we could certainly outsource all of our little logos and all this other kind of stuff overseas, but we prefer to do it in-house. This machine here does all of our logos, and so here's one for a Cub 15R, and this way it's just a nice little hand touch for our customers. Even the logos are made here. So once Tim and his crew is finished doing what they want to do, we take it back out here.
Hi.
Now this area here, with the exception of today, is often filled with about 4 or 5 amplifiers. And the amplifiers will sit here, and they will be waiting to be played by our president, John Thompson. John Thompson plays every amplifier before it leaves. And we know that it's signed off when he puts a nice little green sticker on the right-hand side here. So And obviously that hasn't been signed off yet, but he will go ahead and do that for us. Absolutely gorgeous. And then once everything is said and done and John has signed off on it, we put it in a box and it gets shipped out the back. Hello, Melodia X. Bryan Kushner here from BadCat, America. Thank you so much, Indonesia, for everything you do for us. We appreciate you and we adore you, and hopefully we're making the best amplifiers you have ever heard. Once again, thank you for all the support, guys.